Well, I had the feeling of wanted to test this brand new microphone that I had the luxury of getting, and I figured I might as well enjoy myself and tell a little bit of a story. Something that honestly, you know those altercations of when you were a boy or a young girl or young blank attack helicopter. Um, you think back about to things when you weren't as smart or witty or informed as you were now, and you wonder about how you would have handled it if you had a little bit of foresight. Well, one of those cases happened about 4 to 5 weeks before I was set to be done going to high school for my senior year. In my state of Delaware, the way things would work is if you basically have 2 weeks. If you basically were don't if you basically you effectively have about a month of time you can take off in the school year, uh, of like the amount of days you can miss unexcused, before you're not, you basically have to come to school and you can't graduate. And that amount of time is about 2 weeks. I and most people that were part of the school did not have to. We didn't skip school unless we had a reason. We would get like a doctor's note or something, whether we faked it or not. But regardless, most seniors were gone after 2 weeks, and in fact, it was sort of expected by most teachers for them to be gone, and teachers would be low key resentful if you showed up to their class and shit, especially if it was an all senior type of class. Because then they actually have to sit and do their job. They can't play on their phone, and or grade papers. They can't. They have to actually do their damn job. But that's all premise for this. So I was sitting in my pre-calculus class. I had a math teacher by the name of Karen Brown, and quite frankly, if you heard her first name and wondered, she can't be to an extent. She was a very old soul in regards to how she instructed students and how she ran a classroom, not necessarily in how she taught. How she taught was old school and very monotheistic, in the sense of, if you don't learn it, it's your fault. So bog standard public school teacher. Well, quite frankly, I had to take a monster shit, and I'm a teacher's pet. I'm a good guy. I'm a good kid usually, and when it comes to following teachers' rules, because quite frankly, it's the goodwill of teachers that has saved my ass to get through high school as much as it did, because they just didn't do my shit. So the reason that I got through, because they liked me. They all really liked me, But she meets my eyes multiple times. I let my hand up, and I even say something to her. She says, "I saw your hand, because you're supposed to raise your hand, take some little bullshit leaflet out of your binder." She only gives you 3 bathroom passes a semester, and because I grew up in not a fantastic household who kind of valued good grades above everything else, including personal comfort and safety. They basically said, yeah, don't fucking use the bathroom. You get those 3 extra credit points because you need all the help you can get in math. So I'm with that mindset in tow. Those 3 points have legit got me a better grade. So what ended up happening is I just got to a point where I was pinching it bad. I could not get rid. If I did not use the bathroom, I was going to shit my pants. And what ended up happening is I just ended up getting up and going to take a shit. I walked to the bathroom, did my business, went back, and she gets up in my face when I get back saying, "You can't leave unless I tell you to." And I'm like, I'm not going to shit my pants. I can't remember exactly what I said, But like what I wish I did say was something along the lines of, this class is not so important that I need to deal with the embarrassment and ridicule of shitting of my trousers in the middle of it because you feel the need to control every aspect of your students' lives. So and it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, it haunts me in the sense of, I wish I said something better and I wish I conducted myself better, because it was one of the few chances I had to kind of like stand up to a bully, and I didn't. And it bothers me. And it bothers me to this day. A lot of things bother me from that period of my life more than I would, quite frankly, care to admit. But, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and it's sort of what has to happen. But this was a little quick story time. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for listening.